today to share with you 5 tips on how you parents can instill a positive mindset with your children. Hi, this is Mindy from Wellness for Life. Wellness for Life is an organisation that teaches children and teenagers and adults all about wellness on every level, so social, spiritual, mental, emotional, and we do this through retreats and workshops and lots of different mediums. So I've tried to break it down to 5 A's to keep it really simple. The first A is attitude. Life really is all about 10% of what happens to us and 90% of how we react to it or deal with it, our attitude. If you can teach your children this, you'll really free them up of any sort of stuck feelings in life that they come across. So let's just say the not so negative experience they have is 10%, and then they look at it through a negative filter, that's 90%. You have 100% of a negative experience right there. But if you flip that and you have a 10% of not so positive experience and 90% of looking at it through a positive filter and seeing what you learn from that situation, you've created your outcome right there. That brings me to number 2. Number 2 is all about awareness. If you can teach your children to be aware that every negative has a positive, that will be brilliant, because they will know that the yin and yang theory, as you know, there is no light without dark. There is no positive without a negative. You can't feel cold if you don't know what hot is. So these two halves come as a whole, and when you experience them as a whole, it really helps you to understand things a lot better in your mind. And number 3 is all about acceptance. So when you have that awareness and you accept that life actually is about ups and downs. So we will experience the negative with the positive, but if we don't look at it as negative and positive and see it as learning curves in life, then we can move forward with acceptance and not judgment. And that frees your brain space up to be really positive. We don't judge things, we just accept them. Number 4 is assessment. Now, you probably know this because your children probably do this, I don't mind you. It's when they're in a situation and they're a big victim about it and it's all somebody else's fault and they're blaming others for the way they feel or the way they think. Oh, it's all your fault. Or are they looking at it in a positive way and seeing that they can learn something from the situation and they can get the gift out of the situation and flip it around? That's another flip there. So you see, it's about assessing a situation and really seeing what you can learn from it. So number 5, tip number 5, the most important one, I think, it's all about assurance. You need to assure your children that all this is possible, and the only way you can do that really is by modelling it. You've got to walk your talk. You've got to stand in your light, whichever way you want to see it. If you do this and show your children physically that this is possible, of course they're going to learn it faster. So those are my 5 tips on how to teach your children a positive mindset. Go get them!